My name is Ivy Bloomfield, and I'm a managing editor for Blueprint at Downers Grove South.
My name is Jillian Myers. I'm a managing editor for Blueprint at Downers Grove South.
And this is our podcast, America from Abroad, episode 1, where we learn about what it's like to come to America from another country. And we have 2 guests with us, if you guys want to introduce yourself.
I'm Romina Papavera Gonzalez, and I'm a current senior at Downers Grove South.
I'm Luis Solagnier, and I'm a college student at COD.
Very nice. Okay.
All right, guys. So our first question, well, actually, maybe tell us.
Oh yeah, we need to establish who you are.
Yeah. Where did you come from? When did you get here? That's my question.
Okay, so I'm from Valencia, Venezuela, and I moved here December 2018.
I'm from San Carlos, Venezuela, and I came here November 2022.
Okay.
Now the questions.
Our first question is, did either of you speak English when you got here? And if you did, like, how much did you speak?
So I went to kind of like a bilingual school in Venezuela. So I was exposed to English from like a young age. Like I had a good base. So like I will take, for example, like science in English, and like just like English classes. But again, I was only in it until like 5th grade. So for example, my brother had a lot more exposure. He like was able to like speak a lot more than I did when we moved here. And then I also have some classes outside of school. So I definitely had a good base to build off of when I moved here.
How old is your brother?
21.
Oh, nice.
For me, I didn't know any English when I came here, so yeah.
Wait, I have a question. I don't even know if it's on here. It doesn't really matter. But, I know for, like, obviously, like, we were in Spanish together, but, like, bro, like, I can't really speak Spanish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for Jill, for example, like, I feel like you just, like, improve being around people.
Yes,
so
for
do you
sure.
think, like, TV or, like, what are good sources that, like, helped you?
Yeah.
TV, yeah.
TV,
Definitely
yeah.
TV.
I watched a lot of like YouTube videos in English with like the subtitles help a lot. Just like you being able to make the connection between what they're saying and like reading it. Because for me, I was always better at like reading, writing, stuff like that. So that helped a lot. And like music, Taylor Swift helped a lot, like learning new like words and stuff. But yeah, just like the exposure to like the media definitely helped.
Yeah.
I agree with what Romina said. I use the same strategy to learn English, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like English is, like, one of the best languages to do that with because there's so much, like...
So much, yeah. There's so much content out there that you can... Like, there's something for everyone.
Right.
So it's really easy to, like, find something you're interested in and still kind of, like, learn from
Have
it.
motivation.
Too. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, actually enjoy what you're watching?
Yeah, instead of just be like, oh, man, I
The
have to
one
sit
TV
here
show,
and...
yeah.
The one TV show. I just have to sit here and, like, painfully watch this. Like, it's fun because, again... you can find something you're interested in.
Did you ever feel like, or I guess more for you because you knew less English, do you ever feel like kind of stressed out or like you get like tired of having to like think all the time?
No, I mean, like, I get more stressed out about not being able to communicate what I think. Yeah, that.
For me, there was kind of like, when I first moved here, I will have to like, and I'm sure you guys like learn a new language, know this too, is that you have to like read something and you process it in like your own language, and then you have to like translate everything in your head and then think about how you're gonna say it. So at the beginning it was like a lot of that, but then as time went on, like right now, like I don't have to think about what I'm gonna say before I say it, so it's just kind of like the time kind of like takes that pressure away a little.
This is so weird. So like my mom, she was born in the Philippines. She didn't speak English till like, I think she was like 12 or 13. But now like, because we're so far from our family, like genuinely she started to lose that language where like English is her thoughts, and like I'll ask her how to say something and like she has no clue.
That happens to me all the time. Like I just like, because again, we speak Spanish at home and like within our family, but there's certain words that you just never use. So it's kind of like if you're not using them, or maybe I just like never learned them because like in like 5th grade, like you don't have that extensive of a vocabulary.
That's true.
So sometimes I'm like, man, like I don't remember how to say this. Like it comes to me eventually, but there is that like, oh, I don't remember right now what it is. It happens to me in both though, like in English and Spanish.
Yeah.
Like,
Was there like a class that was like the worst in terms of going from Spanish to English? Because sometimes I think about, there are like times where I'm sitting in math and I'm like, if I had to go do this in Spanish, I would have no clue what the word for like parabola.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Is it
I used
really?
to think the same, but it's the same thing. Like division in Spanish is división.
Sumar, restar, like
Yeah.
it's pretty, like math is mostly like at the point where like I got here, it was just like same, was just like fractions. So
Yeah.
like there really wasn't that big of a change, but like science, like social studies, like stuff like that, where the language is like very specific, that's very tough.
Yeah. That would be, I could imagine that would be tough, and that would not be something that I'd want to participate in.
Well, I don't quite enjoy science either
In
way.
English.
Oh my
In
God.
English.
No, if I had to like do physics or like chem,
Chem is hard.
yeah,
Chem
no,
is
Chem is
period.
specific.
How much do you enjoy Old English, Romina?
it's actually horrible. Like I'm like, listen, I already put in the work, I learned this, and now I have to sit here and like try to figure out Hamlet. Like it's a little hard, but you just get through it.
Just every
You
day.
prevail.
Yeah,
You learn something new
literally.
every day.
Yes.
Clearly with Hamlet, definitely, I'm sure.
What surprised you about Americans? Like, maybe if you guys thought that, like, everyone here was gonna be, like, wearing, like, I don't know, like, cowboy hats or something. Like, was there anything that
Yeah.
surprised you?
Do they not?
I mean, not in Illinois, I
Yeah.
guess, like, in Texas.
I mean, one thing that is still like shocking to me is that the US obviously is such a big country. So just the like big, because in Venezuela, like of course, like you have like different accents, you have different, but I feel like it's not as drastic of a change between states in a way. That's very different, and that was something that even still right now I'm like, wow, like it's, if you go to New York, you go to like somewhere else, it's like very different.
So to me, I feel like the food portions are like too big in here. Like
Yeah.
a medium in here is like a large in Venezuela. So yeah, the food portions.
And the fast food thing is true.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for us, like, fast food is just, like, the food courts, like, at a mall or something. Here, it's in every corner. That's
It was only at food courts, really?
No.
I mean, okay, you speak, what's your perspective on
I
that?
used to live in Chile too, so like
That's
I
true.
feel like it's very different, Chile
Yeah.
and Venezuela. So I think Chile is like similar to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to live in the city, so yeah, I feel like it's the same.
Some more fast food options, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That is true.
I feel like, they say in, like, this is really random, but in, like, Germany and stuff, it was, like, Burger Kings are, like, the most popular fast food restaurants, like, all over Europe for some reason. I mean, not that that's anything any of us would,
Yeah.
like, know about, but I was like, that was so random.
Yeah, was there anything that's like, that we have here, but just like isn't as popular as it is in
Oh,
Venezuela?
that's a good question.
I mean, there's a lot of them that you have here that we don't have over there, like, and vice versa. Like, for example, like, one of the popular, like, fast food chains in Venezuela is, like, Arturo's, which is, like, fried chicken.
Okay.
And, well, you guys don't have that here because it's, like, national. Know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like McDonald's is very big here. Maybe not as big in Venezuela. Again, it depends if you live, like, in a city and, you know what I mean? The capital. But I think you guys have a lot more choices than we do, for sure.
I actually don't agree with that because when I lived in Chile, McDonald's had like different options for burgers. Like they have like special meals and deluxe, and they were very different to what we have here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like in Chicago they have like the global McDonald's. It's,
Oh
like,
my God, yeah.
But some of the food, like McDonald's like China or Korea, like people will go to those countries just to have them like McDonald's. I'm like,
Which
what do
is,
you
like,
do?
crazy,
Yeah,
yeah.
you should go to like these countries and like have their
Cultural food, yeah,
and they're like,
traditional food.
I'm gonna have all the McDonald's meals here. I was like, okay.
All
That's a
right.
good question though, because there's some restaurants that like we have. I know I keep bringing up Europe just because like I don't know why I know so much about that, but it's like we have all the same restaurants, but then for some reason people just gravitate more towards like things in different countries.
What's your guys' favorite fast food restaurant here that you didn't have in Venezuela?
I love Cane's.
Do you?
I love Cane's.
Me
Like,
too.
the sauce, the toast, like, it's so good.
I love Chipotle.
Chipotle is really good,
I used to
too.
think it was overrated, but now I love it.
Quality
Yeah.
choice. What's your order?
Steak.
Just steak?
Yeah, like
Just a
And a
few.
like
bowl
the steak.
and a
Yeah, the
burrito.
bowl. Yeah, the bowl.
Yeah,
The bowl's good.
the steak is good.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's see. What were your cultural adjustments that you like weren't expecting when you got here? Well, okay, let's start with this question. How much did you know about America before you got here?
Good preface.
You want to start?
I have no idea. Like, I didn't know anything. I mean,
Okay. So, I mean, from an outside perspective, like the US is like the US. Like it's almost like idealized in a way. Like it's like, oh my God, like you go there and like everything's so good and everything's crazy. Not that I'm saying that it's different, but you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like on a pedestal, and it makes sense because again, it's the United States. Like whichever way you look at it, like the amount of influence and just like everything that the country has. So from like, and again, like a foreigner perspective, you look at it like, wow, like this is the top of everything, you know what I mean?
That's a great answer.
where I feel like I didn't like expect anything because I moved to another country before coming here, so like I'm used to this, I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like, because sometimes, like, I would say things to you, like, we had that. Like, Austin and Ally.
Yeah.
Like, we had Austin
We had,
and
because
Ally.
like we had like Disney Channel and like
Yeah.
Nickelodeon and stuff. Like,
So, like, it was interesting to me that you guys, like, consumed, like, American culture,
yeah.
right.
just, like,
Because, I
in
mean,
Spanish.
like American culture kind of starts a lot of trends globally. Like again, the amount of influence that it has, like for example, like Hollywood and like music, like all the artists, there's a lot more flexibility for people to create here, so I feel like that has a lot of influence around the world. So like yeah, we consume a lot of media that comes from here.
I feel like, literally, I was gonna say, like, with Hollywood and stuff, like, even people from other countries, like, if they want to make it big, like, some of them will, like, they still come to LA. Or, like, an example is, like, Bad Bunny, like, whatever, like, if he's gonna go get, like, a Grammy, he still has to come to America and, like,
Yeah, for
play by
sure.
the rules.
Yeah.
Submit his songs through all of that stuff, and it's, like, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, like, British artists that are, like,
I was thinking
made
that.
that, like, tour, that have more tour here than they do, like, in the UK.
Yeah, they don't care about.
Like, how long was Harry Styles here? 3 years?
A
How long was he at
while.
Wembley? Like, 4 days?
He did not care about his country at all.
So
There's
I
it's just, like,
know.
interesting. Like, I feel like even artists who aren't from here,
Yeah.
they're full, like, they're going to Kansas City, Missouri, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to places, you don't even, there's, like, no one there.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's, like, cheap, too.
Okay. What would you say, because you were talking about, like, the infrastructure differences, like, coming,
Infrastructure.
specifically, like, I guess in this, like, area of the suburbs that we're in, like, how is that different from, like, where you guys grew up?
I will say just the way that it's like laid out and like the structure is like different in a way. Like, for example, like it also depends like where you go, right? Like, we don't have a big city like in Venezuela, like Chicago. Like that's just not. We don't have like huge buildings like that. That's just not. Like we have, of course, we have like tall buildings and stuff, but not to that scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like around here, like I feel like, for example, like there's a lot of like huge parking lots with like a lot of like different stores in every single corner, and like at least where I live, that wasn't that popular, I guess.
I agree with what you say.
Are you talking
We come
about?
from the same place, so
Yeah, we're like 30 minutes away from each other, so.
Wait, are you talking about, like, when you say, like, huge parking lots, like, kind of like the strip mall by, like, Chili's or, like, that
Basically,
kind of thing? Or, like,
that kind of thing, yeah. And like, it's really almost like in every corner. That's
Yeah.
just not a thing in Venezuela. And like we were talking before, like, for example, like the houses. So like in Venezuela, like every house is like gated, like even the front lawn, like a lot of the community are gated, and even inside the gated community, every house is gated.
Yeah.
So for example, like my grandma's house, also again it depends where you live, but my grandma's house was like fully just like a gate. It was almost like a cage. Like it was just like fully gated, like the whole thing, like even the like almost like ceiling in a way. But that's very different because for you guys it's like only like the backyard, if that. But for us it's like the front lawn, the backyard, the community. Like that's very different.
That's really interesting.
Did you have to like show a credential to get in, or like?
Well,
like gated communities here, you have to like show that like proof of residence.
it depends like which one, cause like for some like there wasn't like a guard or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, oh, you had like your remote and it just opened the like thing.
Yeah, you have like this. To open the
basically.
garage.
okay.
Imagine like your
Garage
garage thing, but like just
Yeah.
for the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, that
But like
makes
for example, like where I live, like there was a guard and you had to like open the thing with the remote.
that makes sense. Was that just like a safety measure?
Yeah, safety, very different over there. It's very easy to get like robbed, I guess, like in the street. Like for example, like you would not be able to like, again, everything depends like where you are at, but for the most part, like just like having your phone out is dangerous. Like even like chains, like necklaces is dangerous. Like stuff like that you have to be very careful with. And yeah, like the gates and stuff, that's all for like safety.
That's very interesting. It's very different than here. So is that
Very
like a cultural
different.
shock when you got
That was
here?
a cultural
You're
shock.
like, where
Yeah,
are the
I'm like,
gates?
oh my god, I
Yeah.
don't have to hide my phone. Like I can just like use my phone. But yeah,
Like the people walking around in New York with like a Birkin bag.
yeah.
You're not doing that.
It's crazy because I would never even like think about that.
Yeah.
Being, like something that would be different.
Again, like even like this necklace I've had my whole life, like I would not wear in Venezuela because it was like dangerous to have that stuff on you.
It's very interesting.
Wait, with that, like things being kind of different, like when it comes to like kind of mannerisms or like how people behave, like is there anything that you found different with people here?
I don't know. Do you have one?
I don't know. I feel like in Venezuela, people is more like cordial, you know? Like they always say hello, how are you? And here, like, I mean, they don't care. Like,
Everyone's like doing their own thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Almost like laser focus here. And like something that I hear people say a lot is kind of like personal space in a way. That like even here, like again, everyone's like kind of like in their own thing, and like that's very respected. But like we tend to be a little more like touchy in a way. Like we don't care for that as much. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it
It
does.
makes complete sense to me. It's like, I don't know, I feel like, it's interesting because I feel like sometimes people from, like, when people go to, like, other countries, like, Europe mostly, like, they'll be like, those people did not ever want to say hi to us. So I wonder if there's, like, tears. Like, you know when people go to France?
Oh, correct.
And you're like, the French don't want to, the French do
They don't
not,
want us there.
the French do not care what you have to say.
Yeah.
And, like, people, I feel like, from like a European perspective, like we're seen as more
Yeah.
friendly. So
Yeah.
it's like an
Yeah.
interesting
I mean,
level
everyone
of tears.
was always like very, very welcoming and nice. I never felt like, oh my god, like they don't want me here, like they don't care, like in within my community. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Same with like personal space though. Like when I went, there's like a thing kind of like about like Asian tourists. It's like a cliche, but like I experienced it too. Like if you sit on a bench and there's a whole bench of space and like someone from like an Asian country, they're gonna come and sit right next to
Yeah.
you because in their culture it's like always about leaving space for people. You know what I mean? Because it's like so compact. So like genuinely, like I went to sit down and this lady came and it was like a 10 feet of bench and she came and she was touching me and I was like, I mean,
Sure, girl.
like I'm uncomfortable, but I know that she's not.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just weird how our brains are like so wired to just like take up that amount of space.
That's so interesting because if I was on a bench and somebody sat on the same bench as me, I'd be like, I'm sitting on this bench.
I know.
Yeah.
Like when you go to like when my mom and I were in Washington Square Park in New York, like if there was one person on a bench, you were like, well, that bench is taken. The whole like 10-foot bench
that's
is
so
taken.
facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like if you're sitting like alone at, I guess like if you're sitting like alone at Starbucks and somebody came and sat at like the same
At your
table,
table.
I'd be like, hello,
Wait,
like
facts?
you know what I mean?
Like now I think like that. Like I'm like, okay,
Right.
like where can I go where I'm not bothering anyone? No one
Yeah.
bothers me. But I think that's a slight like difference.
Did you guys like come here with your grandparents? Did you all move at once, or was it like how did that work? Like what was your tiers there?
So for my family, and I guess well yours too. So my aunt moved here 1st, like her husband, her kids, and then it was like my parents, my brother, and I, and then it was like it was like almost like in small like family groups. My grandma came here like 3 years ago. So it was kind of like spaced out. Like, it wasn't just like, okay, guys, we're all going right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was, because it's a big decision, obviously. So it's kind of like at your own timing. It's about what like each family, how like they figure it out and all of that. So it was like it just depended on who it was.
That makes sense. Just like 90 of you all coming at the same time.
Yeah.
One whole plane.
One whole plane, literally, yeah.
Taking up the entire plane, every seat. Every seat. I'm trying to think of something else that's very American that might be different.
What about like I mean, I guess you were older when you came here, right?
Yeah.
Because like talking about like history class, like are there like really specific things that like you're taught in American history that you thought was like kind of strange that they're like fixating on, or like important things? Because when my sister, for context, like my sister goes to college in Georgia, and when she went there, they made her take a Southern history class, and she learned about all these like Southern, like all these things that like we never learned about here, and she was like, this is super strange. Like, is there anything like that? I mean, I guess it's like kind of hard to think about.
I mean, I didn't learn about U.S. history
At all, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because again, like
sense.
here, it's
Yeah.
like focused on your own country,
On your
where
own
you
country,
live.
yeah, exactly.
But I mean, of course, because like for example, the U.S. was involved. Again, I really wasn't able to take that many history classes in Venezuela anyway. I only got up until like 5th grade. But for example, like again, because of the influence of the U.S. and all of that, you learn more about like the world wars. You learn about all that different historical stuff a lot more. Because again, you're in the U.S., you're learning from their perspective.
Were you learning about like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt when you were?
Oh my god,
You know what I
facts.
mean? Is that like a universal
Yeah,
thing?
did you guys have to learn about like?
Yeah.
You did.
Thank God. One thing that's consistent for me to talk about running red lights.
Oh my god, okay. Because I was telling Jill that like traffic laws are very different.
Yeah.
Okay, so like here, again, everyone follows the rules. Like like for the most part.
Right,
like you know what I mean?
right.
Like speed limit, like you stop at the red, you stop at the stop sign, all of that. In Venezuela, like not really. Like it's like of course like you try like people follow it for the most part, but it's almost like a suggestion. Like you're just kind of like figure it out. Because again, it's not like here where the cops are just gonna pull you over. Like they're just not focused on that. I don't know if that makes sense. So like yeah, like people like run red lights all the time. It's kind of like you're on your own and you just like figure it out.
I
So,
would
like-
crashed my car so many times.
Oh my god, that's actually so true. That's crazy.
I'd be terrible. You ever seen the like videos of like when people drive in Egypt and there's like no lines?
Oh
and
my
there's just
God.
like 50 like lanes of cars. Have you ever seen that? That sounds terrible.
We
not
have
a good
lanes,
enough-
but
I'm not a
it's
good
just
enough driver
not.
for that. Listen.
Yeah.
God knows. We're seeing
like-
my second car.
It's interesting because like a lot of like older like relatives are like scared to like drive here because again you have to follow everything
get
and
in
you if
trouble.
not you like get pulled over and all of that. But from my perspective, like I feel like it's easier to drive here again because you have like this like rule book to like go by instead of just like doing
When
it
can
on
you
your
drive in Venezuela? What's the
own whenever you want to.
Yeah,
Pardon?
Like, you don't need like you need a driver's license.
That's a big difference actually.
But, like you can drive without a
Like
driver's
my
license.
mom,
What?
my mom was like fully driving.
Oh,
by,
yeah.
Like, the time she was 14, she crashed like 3 times, and she again like since she was like
Didn't your mom
13,
like crash
14?
and run away from?
What?
Yeah.
Since she was like 13 or like 14, she was fully just driving her own.
I feel like we know people that drive without license, but like,
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah.
not like.
but yeah,
it's not legal.
It's definitely not.
legal.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
but it's
Like,
not
totally
legal.
not.
They're
No,
saying that,
they
no.
don't- Oh my
They
god,
don't care.
she would go to like prison. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
actually. Wait, so like straight up, like you can get in the car whenever.
Basically, yeah.
That's actually
I hadn't
crazy,
like when I
though.
moved here, like I hadn't been behind a car, but like my brother was already driving. He was like 15.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Like on
Okay,
his
I
own
don't-
because I can
okay.
permit whatever. But yeah, my mom was fully driving when she was like 13,
That's
14.
so funny.
That's
Oh,
wild.
in Latin America, in Venezuela, Chile, every country, all cars are
That's
manual. Yeah.
so true, yeah.
Oh, they're stick shift.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
See,
I mean,
So not only do you have no road rules, not only do you have no road rules, but you have to.
You have to figure out the clutch.
You
too.
stall in the middle of an intersection. Somebody
Do you
runs a
guys,
red light.
Did you guys learn? How
No,
to
I
do
never
I
learned.
didn't.
No, that's difficult.
My brother learned. I don't know if he remembers anymore, but he learned.
My mom.
I
I know my
always said
sister
that.
learned too, but I don't think
Yeah.
she remembers.
My
Yeah.
dad always says like, "Oh, I want to teach him." I'm like, no.
That's
we're
my mom.
good.
She's like, I would do anything to drive a stick shift car.
Like,
She was like, if we win the
why?
lottery, I'm getting
Yeah,
a
if we
stick
win
shift.
the
I'm like, all
lottery.
right, mom, you do
Oh, it does
that.
it
You
for
go get a
you.
stick shift. That's what I'm saying.
I don't need.
She's like, there's nothing. She's like, I'm like, all right, girl.
I don't need to do
It's
that.
like complicated. You have to like, I don't know. I
And
don't
what
want
if
to.
you
I don't want to
stall?
try.
And what if
like,
you
I'm not.
stall?
All right, any parting words, anyone?
Thank you for having us.
Oh yes,
This is
Oh, yeah,
thank you
thank
so
you for
much
having
for.
us.
Yeah, thank you for participating in our.
No, you guys are actually very informative. I
glad.
appreciated it.
I learned a lot of new things. Like
Me
I should
too.
never drive.